Congratulations to our students. It's not easy. I must commend everybody. Well done. And thank you all our guests for coming. Okay, I've been introduced already, so I'll just try to rush straight to my talk. And I hope that you get one or two things. So I'm here to talk about life after fashion school. You can see a book in my hand. It's like I'm the only one that's carrying me. Anyway, I must say that the moment you collect your certificate today, this thing I'm about to say begins to happen to you. So that is already life after fashion school. Once you are certified to have graduated, life after fashion school begins. And let me shock you to know that it might not exactly be how you think it's going to be. Because quite a lot of people feel like, once I'm done, I'm the hottest thing in town now. I'm sorry, but Alpha is not the only fashion school, so you are not the hottest thing in town. That's one thing. Okay? So when I was reading this topic, I realized that it might not be so sweet for me to just check and think, what do I say? And I decided to do some research. So I reached out to a couple of fashion students that have graduated 5 years, 6 years, 2 years, a year, 6 months. And I gave them some questions just to tell me about life after fashion school. And, these are people who already have experience. These are people who already have experience after their fashion school that, okay, this is what they told me in fashion school, whether after I came out, it was totally different. Or the way they said it, that's how I met it. And reaching out to them, I put everything that they said into some points. After which, if time permits, I'll round it up with what I think life after fashion school is. Okay, so the first thing some of them told me is that you must be focused. Tell me more focus. Focus. Say after now, focus. Aha. So what they said in terms of focus is that because you are, I don't want to say you think, but you are multi-talented. So you might most likely think, which happens to a lot of creatives, think that you can do everything. And that's the first thing you will get wrong. To think that I can do portraits, presentations, and that one that you really like to do. That one that when I do it, my boss is always saying this is very good. You could decide to pick that. You could decide that after going to fashion school now, some of you had gone to a previous fashion school, some of you learned freehand before coming to Papa. And by the time you are going back, you might think, I have gone to fashion school, but I think that I like to sew male wears. I think that I like to sew kiddies. I think that I would like to go into bridals. I think, and I also want to do ready to wear. So you can pick one of these, focus on it, let people know what you do exactly. Okay, so some challenges these people told me they had were things, and Bukola talked about pricing. I really hope that you guys picked one or two things from that. So you'll be certain that you are the one who knows that your level has changed. You are the one who knows that my value is different. So don't expect when you go back to think that everybody will know that you are giving a new value. That's why I always advise that please go ahead and do a lot of solid value. You are in control of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are in control of it, and that's one thing that you must really do. There's a way you're now, so I can talk about packaging. You are packaging yourself for them to now see that you deserve that price you are calling now. You can't tell me you want to sew a dress for 30k, 50k. I would see if it's actually worth that. I will check your surroundings to know if you really deserve that before I can hand it over to you. Okay, so some of them are challenges about pricing. You most likely would also have challenges about pricing. So the solution to that is please reach out to people who know a lot about pricing. If you need to pay for courses, go ahead and do that. So they also talked about understanding body shapes. And I agree with them because when you are in the fashion school, most of your assignment is done with your body. So you might not have the advantage of working with a plus size or a very slim person. But now that you are exposed to the outside world, you are seeing a lot of people, the customers are of different shapes and sizes. You're not like, Zanamola did not tell me this part, maybe I'm supposed to hold this, how many percentage for plus size? I did not try it, so I was not sure. That's why in class most times I tell people, if you're exposed to someone who is bigger or smaller than you, please go ahead, sew for them. Okay, so I like to rush. Another thing is patience. And I wrote here that everyone won't get to the top at the same time. You might want to hold that in your left hand. We will get to the top, all of us will get to the top, but it's not going to be at the same time. So you have to be very patient. Okay, so now that you graduated from fashion school, doesn't mean that you're going to be the next Matokwedan or you're going to be the next Tubo. Take time and enjoy the process. Okay, another thing is dealing with customers also requires a lot of patience. Let me give you a little trick. Please go ahead and take a course on customer service and relations. It's really helpful. Okay, so another thing is networking. Please go out. Don't end every day on the sewing machine. Go out and network. The MC, okay, not on. Alright, so another thing again is pick a career. So now that you are done, like I said at the beginning of my point, I said that you know what you like doing best now. There are different careers in fashion designing. So teaches, I would like to be a fashion instructor. Or I don't like to sew, I only like to draft patterns, so I won't be a pattern maker. Or I really love to sew, but I don't like how I have to take a lot of time with pattern making. So you can be a machinist, or you can just be sewing and employ somebody for pattern making. You can also be a fashion designer, so you're creating designs. There are a lot of careers in the fashion industry. Please also identify your strength and weakness. It's also part of what I said before, as to see which area you like to work best, so you can pick one of that. Then if you make any mistake, so one of the students told me this, if you make any mistake, you are now on your own and not under someone. Customer's cloth is totally your responsibility. And some of them sent me a voice note and she was telling me that you know, when you make a mistake and there's one thread here or there's one part that is not doing well here, your tutors will see it and then they'll say, no, go and correct it. But now that you are graduating, I hope you know that you won't call me on the phone to say, customer's plot is doing like this. Please, how do I do it? So this is the time where you have to be diligent. This is the time where I would stamp you out. Among every month or maybe every 3 months, Lagos alone churns out a lot of fashion students. So what am I doing to stand out? Okay, so another thing I'll say is please go for internship. Don't be quick to open your shop. Go for internship. And lastly, there's something I said here. I said that you won't get a lot of customers because you think you are good. You will only get because you are well positioned and you are always showing up. Thank you.